Hey traders, Akil here. Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. Today we're going to talk about sleep. Now, I want to apologize in advance if I sound a little nasally or if my energy isn't as it usually is. There's been this nasal congestion going around my house. My wife got it, my kid got it, and despite trying my best to avoid my family for the past few weeks, it has now bounced my way. So if you can imagine, I'm sitting here kind of like a boxer in the corner after a rough round where I've got like tissues and whatnot stuffed up my nose, trying to stop the stop the runniness and clog things up. But I got a good topic that I want to cover, so I'm gonna fight through it and come in and talk to you guys. And I want to talk a little bit about sleep. Now, what I've been doing lately, this is, I don't know when I'm going to release this, hopefully right away, but it's the end of June right now. And what I've been doing today, since the markets have been slow, despite getting involved in a few trading opportunities, and I've been watching World Cup games, right? So usually I would be a lazy bum. I'd sit on my couch, I'd watch World Cup games all day, but I decided that, Akil, you know what? I should be productive today and attempt to multitask. Now, we know there's no such thing as multitask, but attempt to do two things almost at once. So I've been watching World Cup games and I've been working on some content creation. And something that I like to do, and I've done this before I got into trading, but I like to start my day with a motivational quote, right? I always like to, I think if you start your day the right way, you're more likely to have a great day. So like if you wake up and the first thing that comes into your mind is a negative thought and you're like, oh, life sucks, blah, 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 you're likely to carry that mood into the rest of the day. However, if you start your day with something positive, you're likely to carry that positivity throughout the rest of the day. So back a while ago when I was in, I don't want to call it a dark period in my life, but in a rough period in my life, I would always research a positive quote. And I'd use that to kind of get my day rolling in the right direction. And I still do that to this day with positive quotes, thanks to the Twitter, right? They come straight to me. I don't really have to search for them anymore. I got a few people I follow on there that are always spitting out positivity, right? I surround myself with those positive influencers. But I try to start my day with a trading quote as well. And I've done this in the past, but I want to start sharing that with you. So what I've been doing all day is I've been going through some quotes that I like, and I've been basically setting it up so that I shoot out a positive trading quote of the day out to you guys each and every day. So if you're a follower on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on the Twitter, of course, you're going to get it each and every morning, a positive quote to kind of get your mind rolling and thinking. And while going through these positive quotes, right, I got a few of them from a trading psychologist that I really like. Her name is Denise Scholl, and I actually have a book from her. I found out about her probably about a year ago, and I bought a book from her called Market Mind Games, A Radical Psychology of Investing, Trading, and Risk. Now, I haven't read it yet, but I know I'm going to enjoy it because I've looked at a bunch of her work in the past. And she's also big into sports psychology. And well, guess who is into sports? This guy, right? Double thumbs pointed at myself. So I know it's going to be great. And a few quotes that I read from her today came on the topic of sleep. And the first was that she mentioned that when you are sleep deprived, right? When you do not get enough sleep, essentially what happens is your brain does not know how to interpret risk, right? And this isn't some type of just theory, right? There's been research on this that you can't properly interpret risk when you are not fully awake, when you are sleep deprived, right? Think about it like this. You make bad decisions when you're not fully there. And that's something it's a problem that many traders face, especially traders that don't have a consistent routine, right? The traders I work with, we always talk about treating your trading like a business. You are your business. And in order to be a successful trader, you need to be methodical. You need to have a routine. And I know that I start off my routine with the pre-wake up, wake up. And I learned this lesson the hard way. What I used to do, I used to hop straight up my bed, guys. Straight up my bed, check the chart, and start trading, right? Because it's a 24-hour market. We all know the London session is hot, so there'd be some movement when I wake up about 5 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning, and I want to get in on the action, right? And after a little bit of trial and error, mostly error, I discovered that I wasn't making the best decisions. And I would look at my trades. I would review my trades as I always do. I'd review my trades and I would notice that, well, Akil, why did you enter that? Why did you put stops there? Why did you take targets there? And it came down to the fact that I wasn't fully awake. Even years ago, I used to do this back when I traded more of a mechanical system. It was a system I traded where it would give me signals. And I was a swing trader where I traded them on the 4-hour time frame. And some of the best signals came, or well, let's say this. I had to check my charts every 4 hours. So we know there's the 9 a.m. candle, which was easy to check because I'm up 9 a.m. There's the 1 o'clock p.m. candle for me. There's the 5 o'clock close candle. There's the 9 p.m. candle. But then after that, there's that 1 in the morning candle and that 5 a.m. candle. And those candles were very hard to check because if I had a trade on the radar, right, and I knew it was on the radar at 9 o'clock, I had to force myself. I probably went to sleep about 10:30, 11, probably 11 back then, right? Wild boy. I go to sleep at 11, and then I'd have to force myself to wake up at 12:45 just in case that 1 o'clock candle gave me a signal, right? And then we all know I don't fall back asleep right away, so maybe I fall asleep maybe 1:32, and I got to wake myself up again at 4:45 to check the 5 o'clock candle to prepare for the 5 o'clock candle. And although the system was massively profitable in my back testing, it took me about really less than a month to figure out that I wasn't actually capable of doing that. I was sleep deprived. I wasn't seeing things the right way, and it hurt my trading. So even though I had a profitable system, I wasn't actually able to execute it consistently. And that's something that we need to think about. And what's interesting is that many of us, we now look at this lack of sleep as kind of like a notch on the belt, right? We brag about it. We tend to, and I was this way as well. We tend to brag about things that aren't good, right? I used to brag about coming from a rough neighborhood. Like, yeah, I made it out of the mean streets of Philadelphia, PA, right? And then it's like you grow up and you look at it like, well, why are you? Is that really something you want to brag about having having hardships, or do we just want pity? We just want people to tap us on the back and say, okay, well, yeah, good job, fella. And I think it's more of that. And for the entrepreneur, right, and that's a whole nother story about entrepreneurs and how rough their life is, right? But for a lot of people now, it's sleep. And there's another quote by Denise that says the predominant feeling is still work yourself to death. Less sleep is a good thing. Survive on coffee, right? How many of you guys are like that, or maybe have friends like that where you're like, yeah, I only got 4 hours of sleep yesterday, but I'm pounding coffee and, I'm grinding it out, right? Hard work pays off. I don't need sleep. I'm going to work all through the night. I'll work 24 hours straight if I have to. I'm going to work until I get it done, right? It sounds all great beating your chest. In reality, it's stupid, right? For your health, you're going to die very early and have all types of other health issues. But that's kind of the sense we have out there. And the same thing with traders, right? I'm gonna stay up 24 hours and watch the market because opportunities are always there. And while you guys are sleeping, I'm gonna be making money. No, you're gonna be losing money because you're gonna be sleep deprived. You're not gonna be seeing the markets the right way, right? You're not gonna be able to judge risk properly, as I mentioned before, and you're gonna start making dumb mistakes and lose money. Right? There's not necessarily a correlation between more time in the market, more time spent in the market, and more profit. But she says the predominant feeling is work yourself to death. Less sleep is a good thing. Survive on coffee. And she says it's just not true. It's skewing people's risk perception. And especially in trading, you are killing your results by doing that. So it's very important, guys, that you get a full night of sleep. If you're an adult, right? If you're anywhere between 25 and really 65, you should be getting a minimum of 6 hours a night. If I remember correctly, I read up on some some stats from, who's it, the National Sleep Foundation. I think, right, 25 to about 65, 6 to 9 hours, 6 to 10 hours is what you should be getting. And if you're not getting that, you're not running on full cylinders. I always talk about trading being like a sport, right? Being like an athlete, just instead of on the field anymore, in the markets. And I look at professional athletes, and I remember when I was an athlete in college, how did I prepare for big games? Did I stay up all night the night before partying? Did I stay up all night the night before watching game films and reviewing my game plan in my head? No. I rested my body. I let my body and my mind recover. Because I knew if I wanted to do well in the game, I had to be at my best. Trading is that game for me now, guys. Each and every day I come into the market, it's game day. And each and every day where I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm risking money, I'm risking serious money, right? It's not a game. It's not a demo account. It's not a joke. This is money, my hard-earned money that I'm putting at risk each and every day. When I'm doing that, I take it very seriously. And I don't want to do so if I'm not in tip-top shape, if I'm not fully ready to approach the day. So when I wake up, I go through my morning routine. I do some exercises. I do some stretches, a little bit of yoga, check up on social media, do other stuff that's non-market related, give myself an extra 30 minutes after I wake up to actually wake up. And only then I get the business, right? Think about that pre-phase I just mentioned is like my warm-up, right? When you play a game, you don't just hop off the bus and go into the field, do you? No. You do your pregame stretches. You do your pregame drills, right? You warm your body up. That way you don't go out there and pull a muscle. That way you don't go out there and cramp up. You go through the process to make sure your body is fully prepared to attack that game. For trading, body is important as well. But we want to make sure our mind is fully prepared to attack the trading day. And when that trading day starts, we're 100% focused on the markets. No distractions, no Netflix, right? No World Star. No World Cup matches, sorry. You're fully 100% focused on your agenda. Because when your money's at risk, you can't afford not to. Hey gang, Akil here, back again. But of course you knew that already because you just finished listening to the podcast. But anyway, I just want to give a big thank you for supporting the show. You guys have been doing an awesome job of sharing and liking and providing feedback. Just wanted to follow up a little bit on this topic because we just did a Q&A session on setting up your trading day, right? Recently, we've been getting a few questions about, hey, Akil, I'm into trading, but I currently work a 9 to 5. How can I fit trading around my lifestyle? We did a big Q&A session, really breaking down the hours of the day and showing you how you can indeed be a trader and learn how to trade while not really sacrificing the main parts of your life, such as your job, such as your family. And that's very important to know because I think a lot of people think trading takes a lot more time than it actually does. But anyway, if you're interested in seeing that, it is under the recorded sessions of the Q&A for you guys that are members. And if you're not a member, feel free to head over to our site, www.tier1trading.com, and check out our 14-day trial membership. There's a lot that comes with that, including 15 training lessons, access to 2 live trading rooms, which both run 3 hours a day, daily trading videos, software, accountability sessions, and of course, the interaction with our great trading community. So you can head over to tier1trading.com, sign up for that, or feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions, Akil@tier1trading.com. I'll see you guys next episode, and I appreciate the support once again.